Have you been scrolling lately and just felt like the internet is a little bit weird? Like, the quality has just taken a complete nosedive. Well, you're not imagining things. There's a name for what's happening, and we're about to break down what it is and why it's a genuine threat to our online world. The term everyone's starting to use is AI slop. And it's exactly what it sounds like. A never-ending flood of low-quality, mass-produced, and often just plain wrong content that's turned out by AI. It's basically digital junk food. It's designed to grab your attention for a second, but not to actually inform you or create anything with real value. This is that weird, hollow feeling you get when you're scrolling. So just how big of a deal is this, really? Well, this isn't some tiny problem happening in a dark corner of the web. Nope. This is a full-blown phenomenon. And honestly, it's changing the very fabric of the internet we use every single day. And I guarantee you've run into it. It's those bizarre, soulless books popping up on Amazon, the generic, forgettable AI music that's flooding Spotify. It's the YouTube videos with those robotic voices and the black hole of meaningless corporate jargon on LinkedIn. It is everywhere, from those hypnotic, weird videos for kids to tons and tons of fake product reviews. To really get the scale of this, check out this number. Right now, it's estimated that about half of all internet traffic isn't even human. It's bots. And generative AI has put their ability to create and spread this slop on absolute overdrive, making it harder than ever to tell what's real and what's fake. The team at Kurzgesagt, whose work is the basis for this explainer, puts it perfectly. They say that right now, we are living in the golden era of soulless slop, a time when it has never, ever been easier to just mass-produce mediocre, uninspired, and frankly, deceptive content. But to understand just how dangerous this stuff is, let's look at a real-world experiment that went sideways. The Kurzgesagt team decided to test if AI could help their own research process. What they found was, well, it was genuinely alarming. At first, you can imagine the excitement was huge. The expectation that AI would be like this perfect mechanical brain, saving them hundreds of hours of research. But the reality, it was something else entirely. It was a convincing liar that just made up facts so plausibly that it actually created more work for the human fact-checkers. And here is the absolute kicker. The detail that makes this whole thing so dangerous: the AI wasn't just wrong all the time. Actually, more than 80% of the information it gave them was totally solid. And that's what makes it so tricky. It buries its lies inside a mountain of truth, which makes them almost impossible to spot. For instance, when they tested it on a project about brown dwarfs, the AI didn't just make a few mistakes. No, it actively invented compelling details right out of thin air. It made up statistics about the speed of superstorms on these failed stars. And not because of an error, but because its main job is just to generate text that sounds good, text that pleases the user. There's a name for this kind of behavior: confidently incorrect. The AI presents completely fabricated information with the exact same authority as proven hard facts. It lies, and it does it with this really unnerving confidence. And this is where the experiment uncovers something truly horrifying. Because this isn't just about one little wrong fact. This is about a destructive cycle, a misinformation feedback loop that is poisoning the well of information for all of us. So here's how this twisted cycle works. First, invention. An AI just invents a fact that sounds plausible. Second, publication. A human creator trusts the AI and puts that fake fact in their content. Third, validation. That video or article gets thousands of views, so it starts to look like a legitimate source. And finally, reinforcement. The next generation of AI scrapes that content, learning the lie and cementing it as if it were truth. And just like that, the misinformation gets laundered. And look, this is not just a theory, it's happening right now. The research team later stumbled onto a popular video from a totally different channel that repeated the exact same made-up facts about brown dwarfs that their test AI had invented. The feedback loop is already spinning. So what are the long-term consequences of all this? This goes way beyond a few fake facts in a YouTube video. What we are really talking about is the slow, steady pollution of our entire collective library of human knowledge.
It's a powerful metaphor, right? Think about it. Current AI is a very complex tool, but it has no understanding, no consciousness, and yet we are letting this unthinking machine add new and often totally faulty shelves to the library of knowledge that we all depend on.
And the signs of this pollution are already popping up. We're seeing a big jump in AI-favored words in scientific papers. Researchers have literally been caught hiding prompts in their work to try and trick AI reviewers. And we already know of more than 1,200 AI-generated news sites that do nothing but pump out misinformation 24/7. So, faced with this absolute tidal wave of slop, the Kurzgesagt team decided they had to take a stand. They created a pledge. And it's not a stance against AI itself, but a stand for the value of human work and human integrity. And they make a really crucial distinction here. Using AI the right way, they say, is like using the Align tool in design software. It's a fantastic tool that speeds up a mechanical task while the human being stays in creative control. The wrong way is to let the AI become the creator itself, to let it replace human thought, research, and integrity. Their commitment to this idea is absolute. They state, with no room for doubt, that they would rather quit, literally shut down their entire channel, than ever participate in creating AI slop. That is a powerful line in the sand. And their pledge really boils down to a few core promises. First, to produce well-researched content, to invest real human time and creativity, to continue fact-checking everything with actual human experts, and, crucially, to own their mistakes, because when they happen, they will be human mistakes, not the hallucinations of some algorithm. And this all leaves us with a really big, critical question. As our digital world gets more and more flooded with this ocean of cheap, easy, and unreliable AI-generated content, how do we learn to recognize, and maybe more importantly, how do we value what is genuinely human, what is true?